A lot of Mr. Rogers in me, you know, and I really feel for kids, I really do. I think they feel it more than adults in situations like that. Have you ever had experience where the child was just really freaking out over this, and you had to do something, have an alternate approach to this?
We have had some severe cases where a lot of them we can anticipate by knowing the students and can kind of modify and make sure they're with a teacher or panel that they are comfortable with, because that is usually the biggest block, is that they're afraid that they're not going to know the person, it's going to be super intimidating, whereas if you put them with, you know, that teacher who they've been with for 4 years, all of a sudden that really comes down. And also in alternate settings or through the students who are in extended day, who are often in that kind of category where they have severe anxiety. They've all actually chosen usually to give a presentation, because if it's with someone that they feel comfortable with, they're okay to do it. And that might mean it's like just the computer and them presenting, and they're sitting down so that they don't have to feel like they're standing here. And it's, but yes, there's modification to be made. But teachers are all having students present throughout 4 years, so usually by the time they get to be a senior, they're nervous, but they know they can do it. So, you know, freshman presentations in the classroom tend to be much more anxiety-ridden. By the time they get to be a senior, they're feeling like up to this. They might be nervous about it, but they're feeling up to the challenge.
It's nice knowing there's a high degree of sensitivity here. I mean, there's a benefit to saying to a student, why don't you stretch yourself a little bit? You know, say, hey, I did it, I was okay doing it. But like you say, there are students where you say, why don't you stretch yourself a little bit, and they just can't stretch that far right now. You gotta be able to pull back and say, we'll try something different. But I'm glad to hear you're sensitive to that. Appreciate it.
Yeah. We're all set unless you have more questions.
Oh, yeah, Aaron asked a question that didn't quite get answered, and so I want to kind of wander around it a little
Sure.
bit. We have advisories still at the high school, correct?
Yes.
And we also have what you're talking about now called
Husky Pride.
Husky Pride.
That is our
That
advisory.
is our,
So that is the name for your advisory.
yeah. And then we also have a homeroom, so you have a homeroom teacher as well. So you kind of end up with 2 point teachers.
Okay, so you have 2 point teachers. Do you have them for all 4 years, the same teacher, or does it change?
For the homeroom we
Every
do,
year.
as of right now, the Husky Pride is new this year. So my guess is that you will have the choice to switch out, because it was interest-based. So the teachers, you know, thought of things that they were interested to run around their Husky Pride, and then the kids signed up for that based on that. So they might decide they're not as interested as they thought they were, and so they might want to just try something else. I know there were students I talked to who were like, there was like 7 different things I wanted to do, so they might choose to switch to a different Husky Pride just because they want to try something different.
Well, I'm asking the question because one of the purposes of the advisory was to make sure that every student saw one individual the whole time they were in school, in case they had issues. They met together as a group, and that was sustainable throughout 4 years. So if that's not there anymore, that concerns me a little bit, because it gives the children a sense of belonging if they don't have any at all.
And so I think I can address that, Marjorie, and I agree with you, and it is there, within what we're calling the homeroom. The homeroom teacher right now is the person that they would have for all 4 years. As this was our first year trying out the new Husky Pride, the initial vision for that, I think we're kind of getting a little bit away from the graduation portfolio, but an important point was that there would be one group that would be consistent and meet with the same teacher for 4 years for an extended period of time, whether that was 25 minutes or 30 minutes. And then in addition to that, there would be the Husky Pride, where it was more of the interest-based. We started with the Husky Pride, and right now the students are with the homeroom teachers for 4 years. The intent, I believe, is next year to extend that so that now In addition just to being with that teacher for their 10-minute homeroom, they would be with them for an extended period of time, at least once a week.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it is relevant
Yeah.
to the discussion we're having, because you talk about meeting with the freshmen and sophomores, and obviously one person can't be everywhere, and I'm wondering if that would be an easier way to work in with those teachers at the 9th and 10th grade level. Because to sum it up for me, looking at all this, it looks to me like it's a work in progress. And am I understanding it to be that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're piloting now, so.
Larry?
So that was going to actually be my point. So I want to thank Jody and Caitlin for presenting tonight. But what I think what we're seeing is the magic happening right before us. And the energy from high school teachers and administration on the transformation of the school. And so where it was and where it will be is that we're hearing that energy and that transformation of what the school will be centered around students. And so what I'm really happy about is that they used phrases like, I think this is going to be happening. So they're talking about the openness of the adults to actually restructure the school. And that's really important, centered on student pathways. And so I get kind of chills, and I'm really happy about this right now, of hearing this come from the teachers. And oftentimes, it's not a top-down approach or a bottom-up approach, but it's leadership from the middle in the masses. So this is really inspiring to me, to have the teachers so deep. And then when they don't have the answer, and it's not clear, that they're willing to actually work through the ambiguity to make the system right for the kids. So I am more than comfortable in not having answers now, because where we'll be in 2 years might look definitely different than where we are on January 8th of 2018. And I'm really proud of the teachers for taking on this initiative, because they're at the forefront of this. So I think we're seeing some magic right in front of us, so we might not have all the answers, but they're talking about our students in multiple pathways and support systems, and we might not know what it is today, but what I'm hearing from our adults in the building is that we'll build it together for the right reason. So I'm really excited and proud of teachers tonight. Even where this is systems, it is a systematic approach on a system reform. So even the PD for our teachers around collaboration, what does proficiency look like, sufficiency, we're going back and asking the right questions. And that's, I think, really exciting about student advocacy. And then from a budget perspective, how do we build it to make sure that all students have the support so that they're comfortable presenting in the manner that they need? So if they need help in extended day, that there's an adult ready for them. Or how does guidance look like? What does advisory, a Husky Pride look like? So again, over the last year, Mrs. Neves and Ms. Booth have been asking and leading the committee around those purposes. So, and it just gets clearer the more that we have this conversation. So I think there is some magic happening tonight. Where we are tonight and then where we will be in a year will be remarkable of the progress, but also what the structure looks like in the school, whether we have the PLT already built into our schedule, the block schedules, but we're feeling that the adults are coming to the forefront and taking the initiative to change this school to be much more student focused. So I couldn't be more proud of the high school tonight. Even though we don't have all the questions, I think it is the right step going forward.
I absolutely agree. Thank you, ladies. I am excited. I'm really excited about what you're doing, and I know we asked you the down and dirty questions, but when you go to the bagel shop on Tuesday morning and they say, hey, what do you know about this new graduation thing? It's important that we have the answers so that we can help parents and grandparents to buy into what you're doing. So thank you for going the extra mile.
Very detail oriented, so we get the questions.
I mean, good luck. We'll support you any way we can. Thanks.
Thank you. And we thank you for your feedback.
don't really think I have any question. Just a couple of comments that really echo what Dr. Andre just said, what Mrs. McBride just said. You know, a couple of meetings ago, when there was a presentation on the program of studies, a question that arose in my mind as Dr. Biasi and her team were presenting that and talking, as the conversation veered toward graduation requirements, and that I raised was, should we have a conversation about what we want a student to be able to do, or what a Mount Hope High School graduate looks like, sounds like, acts like when they come out of our system. And at that time, Dr. DiBiase said, how much time do you have? And Dr. Andre and Mr. Silva correctly said, well, we'll save that for another day. And to me, what tonight reveals is that that conversation is in fact what's been happening. And that this presentation here and all of the additional detail that you've been able to provide behind it demonstrates that you do have a vision. And it's a vision that will continue to form. And I have to say that the thing that I think I like the most about everything that I've heard tonight is the idea that leading up, that the end point, where we want people to be when we're done, is going to infiltrate and be an integral part of their high school life from the moment they walk in the building until the day that they are ready to step out the door. And I think this was raised by a couple of other people that, in a different way, that's going to just engage more students, and fewer will fall through the cracks, hopefully maybe none, because this will allow to recognize that there's an infinite number of ways that kids, people in general, engage with the world and are able to learn, and an infinite number of ways in which they can demonstrate that they've gained the skills that we want them to gain. And the evolutionary process that you can see that you're going through, and you know, that you're committed to, is going to, I think, serve everybody that is coming through this district extremely well. And I think that what I would want to say at the end is this: it's probably going to be difficult. There's going to be times where you know, some people are critical of the way that it works, or maybe you're seeing something that you're trying that isn't going well. And I think that this is the path to stick to. So don't get discouraged as things get difficult, and continue to build on this concept is really, really great.
Anyone else?
Very quickly. Just very quickly. The seniors this year, they're doing PVGRs.
They have a choice.
Oh, they do have a choice as well.
There are students who will be doing
Okay. So the sophomores, juniors, and seniors have the choice. The current freshmen do not. They will be doing Big Three. Right. Perfect. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Ladies, I want to thank you for your patience and the hard work and dedication. To me, not to take away from anything anyone else said, I like the repetition on the student involvement in the process itself. I'm always have been a big fan of it's my education when I'm a kid, and I should have some say in how I prove I got it. And you're trying to utilize that, and I like that piece. So I think you've seen you have the support of this group. We're looking forward to what the end result will look like, and hopefully it will achieve everything that you envision in that zone. So thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. We have a couple of quick things. Number 2 over here. Number 2, that the school committee, upon the recommendation of the Budget Facilities Subcommittee, approve the architectural services bid.
So moved.
Motion made, seconded. Any questions? Questions?
Just for clarification, can we state who the bid recommended bid is from?
It's RGB is the recommended further that's being put forward.
And also, just for clarification, what we're voting on is to select an architect that will work on projects as needed, if there isn't a particular project that we're engaging this architect for, right? Correct.
Correct, and also if at any time we've not been happy with it, we can go out to bid again. So we're in good shape. The interview team was very impressed with this group, and I trust their judgment.
Any other questions? All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Number 4.
The school committee approved the request for one family to homeschool their children for the 2017-2018 school year, adhering to all requirements as set forth by the Bristol Warren Regional School District.
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion?
Just have one question. Have they been in the district all year, or is this a paper flag, or are they new to the district?
They have been in the district, and we've been working with the family over the last couple of months, so this is a decision this week.
Thank you.
Any other questions? All in favor? All opposed?
No.
Did you get that? The ayes have it. Last on our agenda, March.
Yes, I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Meeting's